This episode is brought to you by Higginbotham, your single source for insurance, wealth management, and employee benefit needs. Glamour.
Grit. Glamour.
Grit. Glamour. Grit.
Welcome back to the Glamour and Grit. I feel like we're like halfway through the season.
Are we?
I kind of think so. This is episode 13, lucky number 13.
12, right?
No, I think last week was 12.
Oh, wow. We're already rolling and rocking, guys.
I think Monday was 12. So we're feeling good. We're ready to
So this
go.
is mid-season. So our guest on Monday, it's a big deal because that's like mid-season.
Who is our guest on
Mid-season
Monday? Do
delivery.
you remember?
I have no idea.
I kind of think it's a trio from what I remember. I might be wrong though, but I think it may be the trio.
Oh, sick.
So it'll be a really, really fun episode.
Oh, yeah.
We've had quite the morning.
No teasers, but possibly a trio in a famous Western.
Yeah, possibly. You know, I feel like we've had quite the morning, Eve. Our moods are a little low.
Sainty's in a bad mood this fine Friday morning.
Nope, I'm not in a bad mood. You got me in a bad mood.
Grandma Grumps
I am a little Grandma
is here
Grumps
with
this
her
morning.
walker,
I know.
and her teeth are partially falling out of her mouth.
I just not happy. I really do feel like when I hit that dementia phase, you know how there are people that are like really sweet with dementia? I am going to be the exact opposite. I'm going to be like,
You're going to be the one
monster.
nobody wants to take care of.
I know.
Because you're like, God dang it, Mrs. Nelson's trying to kill us again. I'm like,
It's because of all those murder podcasts I watch. I'm going to try to relive them.
not
at the
only is
nursing
your
home.
family struggling with the dementia, and I've been there personally, so
it's beyond horrible.
it's
That's
horrific.
why, yeah.
But then if you tack on the just jerk of the person you're trying to take
The
care
hater.
of on top of it, it's like, yo, I can literally leave you out to dry right now, and I'm choosing not to. This is ruining my life too, but I'm choosing to take care of you, and you're being a real jerk. Yeah, those are not the fun ones. And that, you think that's going to be you?
Kind of, yeah.
All right, Molly
I feel like
Morgan's going to be on top of that one.
Sweet, you know who's going to take care of me? It's probably your mother. She'll probably be living long enough to make sure that all of us are taken care of.
Please, Jesus, live that long. Oh, God, please.
I know. Well, what a positive way to start our morning.
It's just one of those Fridays, guys. We all have them. We all have them.
Oh my gosh. I really don't like fighting. It really just messes up my whole mood of the week. You always say it messes you up because I want to know, sound off in the comments. Are you, when you fight, are you an internal fighter?
Now let's define fight here, because it's like
we don't like fight.
a verbal argument, or is it a
Yeah.
bickering, or is it like a full out brawl? It is never like a full out.
No, we don't have full out brawls. I feel like that was like alcohol and base before marriage. Like I
that
feel like
was
you
like-
don't have those as adults.
Yeah, no, that was like early 20s, Sandy and Eric, who are way too drunk and are just screaming and throwing things off the wall because there's nothing else to do and you're drunk and you're crazy.
No, and there's nothing better. It's like that. It's when you're young and like that passion you have for each other. It's very Italian.
So
Oh yeah. So sounding off in the comments. Are you the type? Eric is the type when we are bickering, because we actually don't have blowouts at all. Do you eternally take it in?
yeah, we touched on this with the Jen episode of how we we
Yes,
both
and
handle.
I'm like a screamer. And so, but then I'm the screamer and then I regret everything I say. But I just like blow it out.
And I'm like, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I just get quiet. I literally just get quiet, and then that makes her yell louder
And then that makes me bubble.
and say worse things. And then you've pushed me
You
far.
started the worst things, though. I did not start it
And then
this
you know
morning.
you've pushed me far if I then do blurt out something I don't mean, because
Oh, no, we were a canceled podcast this morning. We were canceled. I was going to find a new co-host. And then I kept thinking, when I find this new co-host, I was like, everybody loves you more on the podcast. So I'm going to have to find somebody that's even better than you, which is impossible. And people don't want to hear me. And then I was like, you're going to be proving me right or proving me wrong, because our viewership will probably like tank this episode if it's just me and somebody else.
well,
So
of
I was
course that would
really-
happen. No, but it was
really in my
silly,
head this
and
morning.
it was
Over Christmas trees.
over Christmas trees. Y'all, we can't make this stuff up.
No, I'm doing a photo shoot right now. So poor Eric and our kids are in heaven because it's fully Christmas in our house. But I'm doing a photo shoot right now for next Christmas. So I think it's just Eric had to get the Christmas decorations
this Christmas in December.
Yeah, but it's May.
Yeah.
So what did I say?
Like you emphasize next as if it was like in 2 Christmases.
That's another thing. Like next Christmas. This is next Christmas.
No, you'd say this Christmas.
This Christmas. So if it's the Christmas after that.
So if it's Friday, if you're talking about Saturday right now, would you say this Saturday or next Saturday?
I'd say the next Saturday. I wouldn't say like next Saturday would probably be this. I actually don't know. Thank you.
No. The proper technique for talking about the same week is this.
Eric,
next is a week from then.
We didn't discuss. There's a new player on our podcast this episode. Who is our new player on this podcast?
What's player mean? Sounds like
that new hair. It's its own entity.
Oh, yeah, I did. I cut my hair.
Daddy got a haircut.
I cut my hair yesterday. I feel like $1 million, not going to lie.
So handsome. And I know my parents they're in Switzerland. And they're going to freak out when they see it. It looks so good.
It's probably been truly, let me like think about it. Maybe
since all my children. You've had this hair.
No. Probably like 6 years.
No, Eric. I feel like all my children was the last time.
Maybe it's been that long.
It was a walk among the tombstones. Your hair's been this short.
Wow. That was 2013.
No, the year before that, because we weren't even married yet. We were just engaged.
2012.
Yeah.
Well,
can you believe it looks so good? How did your mom feel about your new hair?
She likes long hair.
Yeah, I loved when you walked in. I was like, okay, let's like make an entrance of your hair.
My mom looks at me like this.
Yeah, and she like didn't make a comment about it. And I was like, well, we know how she feels.
I just made a drastic change in my life and she's dead silent. That says everything. Silence.
That says out. And then, and then I was like, oh my God, I love it. Because then I felt bad because I thought she'd be like, oh my gosh, she looks so good.
Well, no, she told me on my way
feelings.
out the door to get it cut, not to cut it. So I already knew.
Oh, okay.
She had a grudge. She had a grudge.
Yes, I think she always thinks it's me. And I had no idea you were cutting your hair.
Oh, no.
That was your own.
But then it's like, if you tell me that, then I'm like, oh, well.
I'm really going to cut it.
It will never be long ever again. She's like, never again? I was like, never again. But I was totally kidding.
So insanely handsome.
It just feels better, you know?
When I'm going to cut. So I've decided after this photo shoot on Monday, I'm cutting my hair. I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
I know, but I really don't have a pretty face. And I feel like my hair is my big thing. But I think if I cut it short.
We can all tell her she's crazy now.
No, but if I cut it short, I could always get extensions.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful thing.
We're just shaking the shit this morning here
really
on Dim Podcast.
Feeling my haircut. Thanks. Shout out to my boy, Joe.
Can I talk about something?
Over at Salon Chavot.
I've been really bad about my anxiety medicine. I've been like on and off. Some days I'll take it in the morning. Some days I'll take it not the next day, but the next day. And so this past week, I've been consistently taking it. I was like, I need to be good about taking it again. And I have been so tired. And I don't know if because I literally have had more on my plate than ever in the history of me lately. Or is it just maybe taking the anxiety medicine consistently? It's making me more tired.
I don't know. But I feel like for the past however many couple years, you've always just been like, I need a nap in the middle of the day.
I know. That is really true because I always say I sleep horrible at nighttime. But during the day, if I know my kids are safe, they're having fun, you're doing things, I can sleep like a baby. I feel like
I'm not a
every
napper.
mom.
I can't nap. I wish I could like be like, okay, this is my 2 hours during the day to nap. That doesn't happen. But then if I do, I just get more tired, and it's just not. I'm such a just like get through the day, and then we'll sleep at nighttime. I don't know how to nap. I can nap on planes, but that's it.
Actually, that's so weird. And you could like conk out in 2 seconds on a plane.
On a plane. It's like the massage, the engine starts going, the noises are where the white noise hits in, and then
and I think with this like healthy, you like really are living so healthily right now.
Yes.
You don't really need to nap. I'm probably living unhealthily, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
But I'm really not. I just feel like I'm very busy. Woe is me.
But I'm really happy because
Tell me.
So our daughter, Molly Morgan, who's 4, is not okay. She really, really, really doesn't like crowds. She doesn't like loud noises. She doesn't like feeling like there's a lot going on. She's very simple.
And she literally was born into the wrong family.
Wrong family. When I was her age, I wanted to do everything, be everywhere, play everything. So we've been chipping away at like the block of athleticism and the block of like, are you going to you like dance? Are you going to play piano? Do you like this? So we got through soccer, which I got to coach her soccer team, which was so fun for me. And she didn't like it.
No, she just like was giggling. She doesn't like the aggressiveness. I think that's the big thing. She didn't like everyone like pushing each other. She was like, I'm good.
When we're in the backyard and it's her and I kicking that ball, she's amazing. She has footwork. She can get that ball in the goal, no problem, and she enjoys it. The minute there's other people involved that are also going after the ball, she steps back.
Yeah, she's like, I'm good. You guys take it.
Nothing to do with the physical contact, and doesn't like the
aggressiveness.
The aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it. Even at the end, when the game is over and we all do like the tunnel, the parents put their hands up.
That's new though, because she loved it. The first time the game I was there, she like ran right through it and
The
loved
one game you went to that scarred her for life.
The one
every other tunnel,
2 games.
Every other tunnel we did, when the game's over, the parents put their hands up, the kids run through the tunnel. She wanted nothing to do with it. Too many people, it's too loud, we're all screaming and cheering. She doesn't want anything to do with it. So I was like, okay, that's not going to work. What is a good sport that I enjoy very much that is a lot less physical in terms of aggressiveness and there's not a lot of people around cheering and running after the ball? Tennis, which is honestly one of my favorite sports. I played it all growing up in Florida. And she loved it, y'all. She loved it. And she's got a wicked forehand.
I know, she's so good.
You know how hard it is to do what she was doing?
Can I inform you, I took tennis lessons, private tennis lessons. Within 2 weeks, I got tennis elbow, and I could literally messed up my elbow for a year.
Well, she loves it, and it makes me so happy because it's a calm sport. It's just one person versus one person. It's not all this camaraderie. It's very calm.
She really is like the definition of a COVID baby. I feel like COVID babies could go one or which ways. Like they like calm because we were all home for a year, or they're like, get me out of this calm. I want to go have fun. I want to see the world.
Yeah, no, she's not that one. But when she's in her element and she's comfortable, she is the life of the party. But she's not going to be the first one to dip her toe in. But she's going to play tennis, and I am so happy about this because, you know, I love tennis. And she actually has always, through the years, her 4 big ones, has sat down with me and watched the U.S. Open and Wimbledon. She'll sit there and she's like,
you
go,
two
Carlos.
Are soulmates. Like,
she loves
love
Carlos Alvarez, so we'll be cheering him on, and she'll just sit right there in my arm. And so she's always liked tennis.
Well, and can we talk about Big Mick
and
at Soli's Pizza?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so our 2.5-year-old is our ultimate. He's made for football. He is my child to a T. He is. So there was like a 5-year-old boy.
5 or 6.
Yeah, he had a toy that Mick wanted. So Mick, I hate to use this term, but I don't know, like was cock blocking him. He was like doing his gorilla chest and like blocking this kid wherever, like not touching him, but like trying to intimidate him to give him his toy.
And the boy told him many times, no, this is my toy, you can't have it. And that made Mick even more angry. And
But not angry. He didn't get mad at him. He would just like
it was like a lion was stalking his prey. Like, I know you know I'm there, and I'm going to keep trailing you because at any moment I could attack. That's what it felt like.
It was, watching it as a parent was unbelievable.
This kid was twice his size at least. Much older. Mick didn't give two you-know-whats about that. He wanted the toy, and that was all that he had his mind set on. Finally, the parents, the other kid's dad, because I wanted to sit back and see how I was going to play out.
I kept being like, Eric, interject, but he wasn't touching him, and he wasn't being mean.
No, he was just staying up right next to him and stare at
body.
him. It was actually very intimidating. And I want to see how it was going to play out. And if it did escalate, I was going to hop in. Well, the dad didn't want to see it escalate, so he hopped right in, which was probably the right move. I just thought it was so funny that my 2-year-old was standing up to a 6-year-old and won because ultimately the dad took away the toy. And so now Mick was like, well, if neither of us can play with it, then it's okay. And
I bet the audience is like, oh, great parenting, Sainty and Eric.
I mean, what do you do? What do you do? You live and you learn. I just want to see how it played out. And it played out.
That's the hard part about, for me, is like parenting a little boy, especially like a Mick. He's such like a little boy. And I also don't want him to be like a little weenie. So it's like that push and like when I need to interject and when I got to let him like boys be boys. And that's the part of parenting a little boy that's like harder for me because I'm always like, oh gosh, don't do that. But then I don't want him to, because they say so much of the time if a child falls and the parent's like, oh my gosh, that's when a child realizes they're hurt. Like most of the time they'll just like brush themselves off and go.
I mean, from what I remember growing up, we'd always play outside, and we were out in the cul-de-sac, and all the neighborhood kids would get together.
And I don't remember our parents ever being outside with us.
No, it was come home at dark.
Yes. I'm like, what a different time that was. I don't ever remember like my mom sitting on the porch like watching us kids.
No.
She would just be doing things and we'd be like, okay, we're going to go outside.
Yeah, it was great. And we were always safe and having fun.
time.
But like you would just figure stuff out.
I know.
Like you just need to figure it out. Let the kids figure it out. And I mean, obviously we interject if it gets physical
Aggressive,
altercation or whatever, but like that's part of that too. They need to know their boundaries. And if Mick got flattened by a 6-year-old boy and Mick deserved it a little bit, let Mick learn that lesson.
I know. What is so true.
We don't stalk prey.
No, we do not stalk prey.
And I would have been okay with that boy putting him in his place a little bit because otherwise, how do you learn?
Yeah. Well, he didn't learn. He did not learn the lesson.
He won. That's the issue. The 6-year-old needed to toughen up. His dad interjected too much when he was young.
And his dad was like a bro.
His dad was a bro.
He had like his cowboy boots. I mean, he was scary.
I wouldn't have messed with the dad, but boy, Mick sure messed with his son.
Oh my gosh. And that dad was probably like, next time get mad at him. Tell him that's your toy.
Yeah.
Or not.
I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know, but it's just
Parenting 101 with the Nelsons.
Things we're figuring out.
Okay, the Met Gala. Did you watch?
Let's talk about the Met Gala.
I'd love to. Did you actually? So it was garden themed.
Actually, what they called it was the Garden of Time.
Hello, Garden of Time. Okay. So,
So those of you who don't know, which I only learned about the Met Gala a couple years ago because of you, it's fashion's biggest night. That's what it is. It's fashion's big. But I didn't know this up until a couple years ago, and now it's like, oh, you got to watch the Met Gala.
Yeah, it is fashion.
But there's always a theme, right?
Yes, and I think one of them was camp. I loved the year of camp, but it's always been.
This was the Garden of Time.
Yes, which
whatever
I'm so
that means.
glad because I feel like we went classy again. So much of the time, I feel like it's been like the crazier the better, like camp and things like that. And it was like these people were wearing, they looked dumb half of the time. And this year, I feel like everybody looked like magnificent.
But answer me this. This is the Met Gala. This isn't the Oscars.
Yeah.
This isn't like the Academy, the Oscars. This isn't what is another one? The Emmys.
The Emmys, all the award shows.
When you're going to the Met Gala, it's fashion's biggest night. So it's about making a statement.
But the Met Gala is for like in the Met Opera.
But it's about making a statement.
Yes, but I think fashion.
How do you feel about all the men that show up in just plain, simple tuxedos?
Oh, I love it.
Just
I think
classic, like you're going to the Oscars?
Yes, but you can never go wrong. Yes, because they don't they're sticking to their true selves, and I love that.
You shouldn't be invited to the Met Gala if you're simple and sticking true to yourself. You need to be out of the box.
No.
You need to be making statements.
No.
And the men who wear a plain black tuxedo with a bow tie like they wear to every cocktail dinner in Fort Worth, Texas, should not be at the Met.
No, that's just like making a statement to make a statement. If you're just not that type, stick to
then
what
you
know.
shouldn't be
I
there.
love that.
It's fashion's biggest night. You have to be fashionable.
Well, who'd you see with just a tux? Most of the time, the people just
so many people. Jimmy Fallon for the 10th year in a row was in just a plain tux. You know, who was just in a plain suit?
Who?
Chris Hemsworth. It was tan, so that made it look a little different. But like, it was plain Jane.
Yeah, I love it though. I think some of the guys
how about
try
this?
to tell me.
Did you see Ed Sheeran?
No.
He looked like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Wait,
the bright
let me
blue,
see now.
baby
I love him.
blue tuxedo.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran was Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber at the Met Gala.
See.
Tell me I'm wrong. The baby blue.
Oh no, Ed. I wonder if they can see. Ed did not do well.
Okay, thank you.
No, that's actually very painful. Yeah, it wasn't. Who was that? I wonder who dressed him because they did a horrible job.
Was Lloyd in the orange or was Lloyd in the? No, Lloyd was in the blue, right?
Like I know.
I don't know, but he looked like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, he looked. And I love
blue.
Ed Sheeran.
So thank you.
Yeah. So, but I thought Mindy Kaling, since being Ozempic, this girl, it is her season. And people that haterade on people like that are on Ozempic celebrities, why? They have the confidence. They feel good. For once, they never have said she is best dressed. And she is best dressed this year. And that's because she feels good about herself and she is glowing from within.
Okay, Miss Kardashian super fan over here. What did you think about Kim Kardashian's American Apparel gray sweatshirt outfit?
Okay, I read something and I kind of think this is true now. Everyone said her back, she doesn't have any fat. She's skinny, but her back
You're going to defend this outfit?
No, but they said her back fat was probably hanging over the corset in the back, and so that's why they added the sweater on.
Did it not look like the American Apparel, like
she looked
little
like, no,
sweater?
It reminded me of those ballerina sweaters that ballerinas wear. No, I thought it was horrible. I thought Kylie Jenner, this was her year. Even the point, I thought the dress, the silhouette, I thought she looked magnificent.
Did you see Doja Cat?
No, what'd she have on? Who wore the sand?
Well,
Whoever wore the sand, I loved it. I thought that was
that's Tyla.
Loved her.
Tyla.
Tyla killed it. I thought that was so epic, so fun.
Her body is insane, and it sculpted it perfectly.
In sand. That's genius.
In sand, which I guess goes with the Garden of Time, because sand is what you use to fertilize.
These are
time.
Time.
Okay. But to me, I know she's a front runner for like best dress.
Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. I know she's a front runner for best dress, but to me, I felt like it was crochet. It was like, you know, when you do the paper mache.
Oh, but that's brilliant. I felt like she was
like
so
a paper
different.
mache
and
outfit.
I love that all like the sweet guys were just carrying her around the carpet everywhere.
I love her. I think she's awesome.
I have no idea who that is.
Tyla.
I have no idea who Tyla is. Who is Tyla, Eric?
She's a musician. Tyla. She's like a new up and coming.
Yeah, we know I don't listen to music.
But this last year, she's won like tons of awards. She's huge.
Well,
but
she's gorgeous, and I thought she nailed it.
It was a cool idea. To me, it was paper mache, but, you know.
It actually exactly was paper mache.
It was paper mache.
That is so funny. That is so true.
But Doja Cat, so she teased before coming to the is it the Net or the Met?
The Met.
The Met, okay.
The Net
Shows
is
you how
an
much I know.
organization here.
Shows you how much I know. So take it with a grain of salt, Tyler.
Tyla.
But Doja Cat
Tyla.
teased before that she was going to show up in her towel. Just her towel.
Oh, yeah, and she did, didn't she?
Nope, she didn't. She showed up in a wet T-shirt contest. She showed up
Eric,
in a...
how do you know more than me of this?
Because...
You really did your research today.
She showed up in a T-shirt
Doja
doused in
Cat.
water. You
Let me
saw
see.
her complete boobs. You saw her entire body. It was a see-through, soaking wet T-shirt.
And, okay, I actually love the towel. I thought that was freaking hilarious.
That would have been better than the soaking wet T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, that was... If you actually...
And
okay,
she had the makeup to make it look like it was
I
it was
actually
all...
kind of love it. If I didn't see her nips, like, I get it, free the nips. But this is also... I like to watch this with my children, too. Like, I think it's so cool. And it looks like costumes for kids.
Oh, yeah, no.
So don't show your nips if kids are
leave
watching.
Something up to the imagination.
But I kind of love it. I think it's, like, super different.
So my
But
point
I love
was,
the towel.
So I guess where I'm at, I don't think the guy should just be in a standard black tuxedo that you wear at every dinner event, social
Do
and
you
Fort Worth.
think in our
and
life-
I don't think that a wet T-shirt. So it's like somewhere in the middle, you know. It's got to
Ellie
still
Fanning. Did you see Ellie Fanning?
Yeah, she's pretty.
She literally looked like glass.
Yeah.
Like her body looked like she was glowing like glass. I've
Yeah.
never seen. She is so beautiful. Do you think in our lifetime we'll ever go to the Met?
I'll be okay. You know, I went to a runway fashion show once in New York for Fashion Week, and I don't ever want to go again.
Oh, Corey Mock, you know, Marco Planet is his Instagram. He took me to a fashion show in New York, and I
It's
thought it
just
was
not
the
my
coolest thing ever. You
I
didn't
don't-
go to the one that Corey took me to.
Oh, no, it was huge. It's like 500 photographers at the end. Everyone's flashing. Like, the scene is okay, but it's not my scene.
But I don't
know
think
nothing about
everybody
it.
gets to walk the stairs of the Met. I think you have to be asked to do that. Because I know friends that went to the Met and they weren't on the stairs. Who won the Met was, you know, Sterling McDavid, my friend.
Mm.
Her best friend, she's an entrepreneur. She had the butterflies on. Did you see it? It was like a mechanical butterfly.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was like, nobody knows who this person is,
So
but
she's-
had the most amazing dress or whatever.
Hands down best dressed. She's the CEO. She's like actually probably 10 times more important than every single person that walked the stairs because she's like an insane entrepreneur. She won the Met. Like
she did. No one knew who she was,
won.
but she's
She's one of Sterling's best friends. And that's
great.
such a small
Nobody
world.
knows who she was. But
Well, now they do.
Well, now they do. But I'm saying everybody's talking about her. She had like wind up things.
It was
and like,
the wind-up butterflies, and she had the little wind-up in the back. I want to give you her name because she truly stole the Met.
It was cool.
I was truly
It was cool. But
like,
Ed Sheeran lost the Met with Lloyd from
and
Dumb and Dumber.
Amelia, Lisa Rinna's daughter.
Oh, what about
She looks like a show.
What about Divine? What's her name? Divine. She had the medieval chain link.
Cara Delevingne.
Cara
Devine.
She had a medieval chain.
Seen it, done it. We've seen it.
I mean,
it was like not into it anymore.
Okay, but it was a medieval chain link helmet thing.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with one of the themes like 2 years ago, medieval.
It made
we
no
got
sense.
the theme wrong.
It made no sense.
And Zendaya. Is it Zendaya or Zendaya?
Yes.
Zendaya. She was like worst dressed this year. And she has never failed in the history of fashion. And she failed for the Met Ball.
I don't know.
She dressed horrible. That was horrible.
Well, if I did ever go, I wouldn't be in a plain black tuxedo.
No, and who would you want to dress you? I know who you're going to say.
Who would I want to dress me?
Yeah, because you have to be like, do you know designers?
I don't know all the like.
Oh, so you have to sit at designers' tables and they're the ones that dress you. They invite you.
Yeah, but I don't know the top like designers to do that.
Yeah, but Gucci's there. I feel like you would love Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci's a little funk. I don't like all the snakes and dragons.
But I love Oscar de la Renta. That I think is classic. I think they usually dress Blake Lively. In the history of the Met, everybody loves Blake Lively. She wasn't there. So I wonder if she's pregnant or something again.
I'll tell you who I wouldn't choose. That's Balenciaga. They got some weird stuff going on.
Well, they have had. And then now Kim Kardashian is their ambassador again.
Of course she is.
After doing that.
Sold her soul to the devil a long time ago.
Well, it works.
And she's making money doing it.
Making money. What is next on our agenda?
We got enough fashion. Come on now. I got holes in my jeans. What do I know about fashion?
Look, and I have holes. Now we know Molly Reed does not listen to our podcast. My mother does not listen to our podcast because we talked about her last podcast. Never mentioned a thing.
No, she doesn't. But your dad, I believe, does. So he will get to that episode. He's probably just catching up. All right. The roast of Tom Brady.
I love roasting.
First of all, it's not on Comedy Central. I keep wanting to say the Comedy Central roast of. This was Netflix.
Yes.
Greatest thing ever. No commercials. Just straight roast
through.
For 3 hours.
Kim Kardashian, our devil's Kim Kardashian, she did not do well.
Oh, she was horrible.
But Nikki Glaser, she is the funniest comedian of our time.
Did you watch it?
No.
Well, then, you just listen up.
But I know her. Like, that is where she started, was roasting.
So,
She's like
roast
Jeff Ross.
The roast of Tom Brady, it's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. It's 3 hours long. It is the funniest. I watched it on an airplane where I always sleep. I can never stay awake on planes because it's my time to sleep, and that's just what happens. I stayed awake the entire time and was audibly laughing my butt off. Person after person. It was by far, hands down, the best roast that's ever been done. Everybody roasted Tom Brady.
He's the easiest human to roast. He's such a freakazoid.
Great. And there's so much happening in his life to roast.
He kisses his kids. He doesn't eat. Then gets divorced.
His wife left him for their jujitsu instructor. I mean, there's just so many things. But you're right. Nikki Glaser was hands down the queen of the roast. The funniest person on that stage. However, I didn't know this comedian. His name is Tony Hinchcliffe. I think that's how you say it. To me, he was a very, very, very close second. Probably the funniest person up there. I was crying laughing.
Where's he from? Is he like a new comedian?
I don't know. He's been around, but this is the first time I've seen him on a roast. And he is crude and raunchy.
Oh my God, I love crude.
Ripped Tom open.
Has Dave Chappelle ever done a roast?
Yeah, he was roasted.
No, but has he ever roasted somebody? I guess he roasts people like in his act.
Well, Kevin Hart hosted this one, and he was just brilliant. He's perfect
I love
host.
Kevin Hart.
His family was there. His wife was there.
Oh
Everyone was there. It was so funny. I mean,
3 hours is a long roast.
And everybody from Ben Affleck to Ron Burgundy showed up like in character as Ron Burgundy. Roasted him to all
Ben Affleck roasted him?
Ben Affleck was there. His teammates, Gronk roasted him. Julian Edelman.
I did it. Like, I've watched clips of it.
Gronk, the owner of the New England Patriots.
Yes.
Roasted him. Robert Kraft. His head coach, Bill Belichick, forever roasted him. I mean, It is so iconic. And the people that they got, and Drew Bledsoe, the quarterback he replaced on New England Patriots, roasted him, who your dad's good friends with, who has an amazing wine, double back. But
double back, I want that baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
It was just, if you haven't watched it and you just want to pee laughing, and I don't like comedy television shows, but I'll watch stand-up on TV, and I rarely laugh out loud.
Yeah.
This had me dying.
Okay, I told you who my new favorite comedian is Matt Rife. And I know I'm so late to the game. Please tell me you've seen him on TikTok.
Yes, I have. I mean, not on TikTok, but I know who he is.
I guess he did not very good at the Netflix is a joke because his whole thing is he literally like does audience work the entire time. So it's like he doesn't have a real set. He just like picks out in the audience. And he's been, I think, a lot of the... Oh my God, y'all, just please look him up. I am so in love with his comedy. I'm not a laugher out louder, which is so weird. People think it takes us so much for me to laugh out loud.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, I wonder if he's fairly, I not feel like new, but he's super young.
But Roast Masters were, like Jeff Ross was back, who's incredible.
That was my first TV series ever, I was on the John Stamos series about how people lost their virginity, and I was on the Jeff Ross episode.
So great.
Do you remember that? That's how I got my SAG card.
I do remember that. And he's still just as funny as he always was. And he's so roastable. Is he married? I don't know, but he's so roastable. It's great. Randy Moss. I mean, Dana White, owner of the UFC.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody.
Okay, and we met Dana White, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, it's so weird to me. I feel like he's making a new name for himself. Everybody I know is talking about Dana White right now, which is so weird.
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like I never heard about him, and then all of a sudden I feel like everybody's with him all the time.
Oh, I mean, he's the face of UFC.
I know, but I just feel like UFC's having such a moment again.
It's having a moment, and America's embracing it, and Dana's a very, very, very outspoken about his beliefs and his...
Oh, is he?
Oh, and people love him for it. It's great. I mean, people think it's great. So
I don't know about any of that, but I just know I feel like I hear his name all the time.
But God, poor Giselle and the kids were ripped through.
The kids were. Please don't tell me the kids were there.
I don't think they were there, but boy, they watched it. And maybe they were there, but oh God, Giselle just got destroyed. I mean, she left him for their jujitsu instructor.
But I thought he deserved to be left. I think it was a bad marriage.
Just watch it.
Takes two to tango in divorce.
Just watch it. It's really unbelievable. Okay, we got to talk for a second.
Mm-hmm.
There's some crazy things happening in the world right now.
Oh, no.
Crazy things are changing. You know, things that we've known our whole lives are now different. I know what we're going to talk about. I've got two different things here. First, I'm going to talk quick about the Swiss Army knife.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Boy Scouts.
We're getting to that.
Okay.
We're going to warm up to that because that gets me really going. Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
1897, this knife has been around.
Yeah.
They're taking one very important part of the knife out. You know, they've got all the toothpick and the scissors and which part are they taking out of the Swiss Army knife?
The knife?
The knife.
Why?
I can't make this up.
But why?
Because our world has gone bonkers. That's what's happening. They're saying, we're concerned about the increasing regulation of knives due to the violence in the world. So because of the violence in the world, they're taking the knife out of the Swiss Army knife that we've all known and loved and had in our toolbox since 1897.
Well, and I feel like usually stabbings and stuff like that are just like dinner knives. Aren't they like your steak knives? I never hear somebody that they got stabbed by a Swiss Army knife.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Look it up, folks. The Swiss Army knife is taking the knife part.
I thought they were going to change something and like have it not be Swiss
Oh, no, now
anymore.
it's going to be like a Swiss tool. They're like, oh, we're going to come out with like
Army tool.
A golf tool and like this tool. And I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I guess in England and Asian countries, you're only allowed to carry a knife with you if you need it for a job. So you can't even have knives. So I guess that's their way of here trying to regulate knife usage. But I'm telling you right now, that little tiny Swiss Army knife is not what a freaking killer, crazy person is walking around the streets with. So what, are we not going to be able to cut our steaks? We want to just take steak knives away?
And that's so interesting, too, because I feel like if I was a killer, I'd have to go through I'd have to get the screwdriver out. I'd have to get all, you'd be like, hold on one moment. Let me get all the...
Oh, shoot. No, that's the corkscrew. Hold on here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, my gosh. Give me a second.
It's just...
Oh, that's my measuring stick? That's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Don't don't take away my knife in the Swiss Army knife.
You tell me.
I mean,
they're listening up.
It's just
I really am proud of you.
crazy.
You really dug in. I had no idea about any of that.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I was a little preoccupied.
Okay. Well, now you thought that was ridiculous. This
Are
is
we gonna talk about the Boy
really
Scouts?
getting crazy. Boy Scouts of America are no longer going to be Boy Scouts of America.
No, what about Girl Scouts? Are they changing that too?
114 years of culture and camaraderie and a group of boys doing things out there in the world. They're taking it away. They're changing the name to Scouting America. And it's their idea of inclusion. It's their idea of having everyone feel not only that they're accepted, but welcomed. But that's not the point of it.
But I think we can have 3 different ones. You can have Girl Scouts, you can have Boy Scouts, and then you can have Scouts of America.
They're changing Boy Scouts to Scouts of America for inclusion
Well, what about
purpose.
Girl Scouts?
They ain't changing shit.
Are we sure? Because that actually is
100%.
very interesting.
Not only are they not changing Girl Scouts because they know what their brand is, but a couple years ago, Boy Scouts started accepting girls into the program.
Yeah. Great.
Girl Scouts sued them for that because they're like, now you're causing confusion. Girls don't know where to sign up. We want our girls. You keep your boys. They settled in court.
Wow.
So not only are they, as they should.
Well, and I agree.
Stick to
If your
your
child
thing.
is non-binary, though, I think there can be
Yes, create a new entity.
a new entity. Like, I love Scouts of America because say that like Molly Morgan's best friend was a little boy and they want to do it together, or if Molly Morgan was a twin, or like Mick and Janie, they could do Scouts of America. But I think there needs to be 3. There needs to be Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and Scouts of America.
I love that idea. Get a whole third separate for whoever.
Yeah, for brothers, sisters,
But
for
there's
cousins, for
something-
non-binary, for whatever.
Because we're all about inclusion, of course. But on a program that's been around for 114 years, that gives boys a safe place to be boys and be around boys and the whole thing, to take that away from them. And it's just, it was founded on principles of like, this is what we are, this is what we stand for, and we're going to keep writing that. And it's now become... They got a new president in the fall, and he's the one making all these changes. It's now becoming something that it was never intended to be, and it's not, boys need boy time. They need to be stupid with other boys. They need to get their hands there. You know, they've got their things that is going to be inclusive of everybody, but this is their thing.
Yeah, I think there needs to be 3. That's such an interesting...
It's an argument on being woke. It's an argument on inclusivity. It's all this stuff. But
Well,
really,
and I feel like, aren't there bigger things? Like, what about baseball teams and what we were talking about, Caitlin Carter and all that? Well, like, why aren't we doing that with sports then?
Caitlin Clark. Did
I not call her Caitlin Clark?
It's just, it's really upsetting to me, and I think, you know, we're losing sight of some things in this country that I hope the pendulum swings back the other way. We're just going.
I just feel like there are bigger things than that we need
There
to
are
be
bigger
like our world
things.
is falling apart.
Leave the Boy Scouts alone. They're to me, it's maybe yes, it's about the inclusion thing, but it's also, I think, their way of like, oh, we were once scouts with like 7 to 5 million members globally, and now it's like 1 million. So maybe it's their way of being like, hey, we need more people, we need more money. Come join us. But I think it's gonna bite them in the butt, and it's gonna work against them.
Are Girl Scouts under the same umbrella as Boys? So those are two different worlds.
Different, and they're like, we own being Girl Scouts.
But we should have. I agree. I think they should combine and have Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and then Scouts of America.
Let me know your thoughts, guys. I already know them, but let me know if you have differing thoughts, and maybe I need to wake up, but it's really, to me,
I just feel like
upsetting.
they're bigger fish to fry. That is our issue, right? What, like, we're worried about banning TikTok, and
we're worried about Boy Scouts not being able to have a boy club.
There's so many other issues in our world right now, and that's what we're worried about.
And these are kids. You know what I mean? Like, when you're an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old boy, there's nothing more fun, and all you want to do is be with your guys. I mean, as a 32-year-old guy, that's all you want to do. It's like guys want to be with guys. And there are times and moments for the other stuff, but
I agree, but I think there needs to be a third, because I think there are girls that are tomboys or non-binary or little boys that like don't feel comfortable with other little boys, but they want to be involved. So I think there needs to be a third entity. I don't think completely getting rid of one or changing one is the right answer.
No, I agree.
because I think they're going to end up losing a lot more than what they intended to do. Unless they were working together with Girl Scouts and just doing it all universal. Like, okay, we're going to be Scouts of America. There's no longer going to be Girl Scouts.
Which is not.
So that's, I feel like, a little different. But there are way other bigger fish to
But
fry
I think
in
the
this
Girl
world.
Scouts have always kind of been kicking the Boy Scouts' booty in terms of the income they're pulling in. They got the cookies. You can't top the cookies.
Lord have mercy. Literally, my neighbor the other night, all I wanted, you were out of town, Meredith, I was like, please tell me any of Greenlee's friends are selling Girl Scouts, because all I want is Girl Scouts. And she was like, give me a minute. Literally 10 minutes later, I had Girl Scouts on my front porch.
It's the best.
There is nothing. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Mine is the coconut with the chocolate.
Oh, least favorite. I love Thin Mint and the peanut butter one with
Peanut
peanut
butter's
butter.
good, but I like the, what do they call it? It's like coconut with the chocolate drizzle.
not
and the bottom is coated on a delicious coat of
it's
chocolate.
the most classic one. The Eskimo.
Whatever.
Isn't it Eskimo?
I don't know, but that's my favorite. I can't believe this. Boy Scouts are turning away. My knife and my Swiss Army knife is gone forever.
Yeah, how did...
Tom Brady roast was hilarious. Met Gala was interesting. Okay, here we go, folks. This is good stuff. We've been talking a lot about Taylor Swift lately.
Oh, God.
And you know this person, her inspiration for On the Five.
Oh, Travis Kelce.
Her future ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
Is now...
Do you know that the Taylor fans came after me and you? And somebody wrote, did you read the comment that were like, they are so bitter about true love. And y'all, people, this is what's wrong with Taylor Swift fans.
Come for me, I don't care.
Y'all go so deep. Like, it's not that deep. Guess what? They have no idea who you are. Like, all these people defend Taylor like it is their job, and she has no idea who you are.
Well, I'm not. Listen. I know there's a Taylor Mafia out there.
I'm
not coming for them.
Unbelievable.
I'm just spitting facts.
Come on, spit.
I'm spitting facts.
Spit away, Daddy.
Her future ex-boyfriend, Travis Kelce, On the Five, star of the On the Five album, is now making his major TV acting debut.
Oh, God.
He's going to be a lead on Ryan Murphy's next horror series.
I knew it was going to be Ryan Murphy. And I knew it was going to be an American Horror Story.
Grotesquerie.
Okay, literally Ryan Murphy has a formula. He's like, Kim Kardashian's popular. Let's do Kim in the new season. Travis Kelce, he is so brilliant because nobody's watching American Horror Story anymore.
Yeah.
Like they did the first couple of seasons. And so now they're bringing in, like, guess your boy that's... what's his name? He's on all the American Horror Stories. He's so talented.
Yes.
He was in Ariana Grande's new music video. That used to be married.
Dahmer?
Yes. He was in Ariana's new music video.
Great.
So I feel like Ryan Murphy really tries to keep himself relevant.
So it's premiering this fall. Travis Kelce's going to be on it in one of the lead role acting on this show.
It's called
he's Grotesquerie. And I want to know what you guys think of this because obviously he's in the limelight. Obviously he's got to go. He's done like a couple little things here and there for film and TV, but this is his major acting role debut. What do you think?
I think he's going to bomb. I think football players are great on SNL, but I don't think football players are great when it comes to like actual series.
It's happening. I know people will watch just to see it.
And why do we have to exploit everybody? I would like Travis Kelce and Taylor if they weren't in my face every second of every day. It's like when we love somebody in the media, we have to shove them down our throats, and then we have to cancel them and do that down our throats.
You're going to get
you're
about to have a stroke over here.
No, I'm actually
Why are
so
you freaking out?
No, because it just gets...
You just started like stabbing and stuff.
Because it gets so annoying. I get so tired of hearing...
Take it easy.
I know. I get tired of hearing about the same
family show. We're not stabbing people
all the time.
With our
I am actually so
Swiss Army no knife.
Hot in this room.
Okay, take a breath. We got this, girl.
Thank you.
You got this. But Travis Kelce's coming to your TV soon. FX this fall. Grotesquerie. I wonder if he's like the monster because he's so big. Like
he
he's
probably
huge.
should. You know, like the elephant or like not the elephant, but the monster in the Goonies.
He'd be great. He'd be great. He'd be great.
I'm in love with his brother. I think his brother is a mess of a human, and I just love him so much.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
They said, have you heard the story of him being wasted and they couldn't find him and he had fallen asleep outside in the snow shirtless?
Of course he did.
I mean, he's a bear. He's an ogre. I love him so much.
Those Kelce boys are a hoot.
They are a mess. And their mother seems intense.
Basketball news. Obviously, we're still in the playoffs. Stars, Mavs. We got to keep going. We need to pray for more wins. They just announced the league MVP in basketball, which is a big deal because Luka was up for it. He
Was it Curry?
ultimately
Does Curry still play?
Nah, yes, but no, it wasn't Curry, wasn't LeBron, wasn't any of those guys. Washed up news.
Does LeBron still play?
Oh yeah, he said he's waiting to stop until his son starts so he can get one season in with his son, which he's coming up.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah. But they got knocked out of the playoffs first round. They're just trash.
LeBron just seems so old. I love him, but
Nikola Jokic, for the third time in 4 years, is league MVP.
Wow.
The Serbian monster. They call him the Joker. Have you heard of him?
no, but I love anything that has to do with the Joker.
Yeah, Luka was third, by the way. They released all the voting. He was third, so we got real close there. But Joker he's the first center in NBA history in 6 decades to do it, to get 3 league MVPs in 4 years. The last one
amazing.
was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s.
I'm in love with that name.
So it's pretty cool. He's by far, there's not even a question. Second place wasn't even close.
Yeah.
He's so far, and he should have had it 4 years in a row, but politically they can't do that.
Okay.
So he deserved it 4 years in a row. He's a freak of nature on the basketball court. One of the best centers the league has ever seen. He won by a landslide. He's 6'11", this guy.
Jesus almighty.
He's a big man.
How do people, I will be so interested to see if our Mickey Man, how big he's going to be. How these people create these monster humans are baffling to me.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. It's just, it doesn't seem humanly possible until you're at a basketball game and you're like, holy cow.
Do you remember?
Denver Nuggets, by the way, that's who he plays for.
Did we tell the story about when LeBron James fell on me?
No.
So we're sitting front row at the Mavs, and I literally purposely trade spots with Eric because my biggest fear is a huge basketball player falling on me. And then they'll play it over and over on the Megatron and play it on TV. So I trade Eric so it wouldn't happen to me. I mean, was it not like 5 minutes later?
5 minutes after we traded seats, LeBron dives for the ball and flies on top of Sainty.
On top of me.
True
LeBron
story.
James.
True story.
And I'm not on the end. Like, I thought that would happen to the person on the end. No. I'm like right in the middle, like behind the camera. Didn't think it was possible. Big old LeBron falls right on me.
She never wanted it to happen unless it was LeBron James, which then is really, really cool.
I mean, who gets to touch LeBron?
And you can talk about it one day on a future podcast, which, look, you were able to.
Look at us now, Date. Look at us now.
One more piece of cool news. Guess who's making their Broadway debut that has never even done theater before? He did an off-Broadway show for 2 weeks in 1986, and that was it. Robert Downey Jr.
The love of my life.
Academy Award winner from Oppenheimer, Iron Man, you name it, is coming to Broadway so everyone can go see him live in person in a brand new play called McNeil at Lincoln Center Theater.
How long is the play?
They didn't say, so I think it's open-ended. I don't know.
No, I bet it's like a month.
Of course, it's going to be quick.
He's got to be so busy.
But get your tickets now. It's going to be
Are they selling
amazing.
tickets yet? We actually need to buy tickets.
I don't know. We need to look into
dying to see
But here's what it's about. It's about a gifted novelist with a difficult family life and a potentially problematic interest in artificial intelligence.
Oh, gosh.
So he's playing an AI-curious author. And it's by a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright, Ayad Akhtar. And it's going to be legendary because it not only marks Robert Downey Jr.'s...
And I think Lincoln Center just does it beautifully. They had War Horse. I just feel like they are really into very magnificent pieces of theater.
And this is a very, very, very rare moment that has never happened before for you to see one of your favorite actors on stage in person. You can meet him after the show at the stage door. His sweat and spit will be flying on you if you're in the first couple rows. Wait. I'm just saying I will be there. And
you know what else is coming to Broadway? Is Tammy Faye with Andrew Rannells, my favorite. If you don't know, guys, we love Broadway. Broadway is just everything.
But what's Tammy Faye? Okay.
Oh my God, Tammy Faye, it's iconic. I think audiences like Tammy Faye the musical, that's brilliant.
While you're in Tammy Faye, I'll be across the way.
Well, actually, there's so many great plays. I want to go see the Mothers play. Do you know what I decided? Actually, I was thinking in bed, we need to go for 3 days and go on like Tuesday. So we can see a show Tuesday night, 2 shows Wednesday, and a show Thursday, and see 4 shows.
Well, Broadway hopefully is back. Great Gatsby obviously is leading the way on big, large shows, blowing up New York City. So just add this one to your list and get there. We're surely going to do it. And that's all the Mation I got today.
Me too. I sure love you.
So thank you for that.
Are we all better now?
You tell me. I think we're better. This is very therapeutic for us. We love it.
I know.
Let's talk about the Glamour and
hot.
Grit real quick, and then we're going to say goodbye. But we've got an awesome episode on Monday with some of my favorite cast members.
I don't know for sure, but I think it's the trio.
Okay.
So I don't want to like shoot, spit it out, and if it's not.
Oh, okay. It might be some awesome actors from a TV show that might or might not be a Western based
show that
on
you were
an old
on
time period
that you were really loving.
Okay, Glamour and Grit, let's go.
You go first.
My glamour is that my daughter found a sport she really likes and is great at it and is smashing forehands at TCU thanks to those
I'm
tennis
dying
program.
laughing. She literally did it one day.
And she was so
I
great. I'm
mean,
manifesting this to be
I was about to say
her future. Yeah, it was one lesson. I'm acting like it was like
she's like been hauling at the sports for years.
She's into competing and stuff. No, it's been one lesson, but I'm like praying that this sticks. Glamour, boom.
Grit.
Grit was your sassy Christmas attitude this morning.
I was the Grinch this morning.
She was
You
far
were too.
from Christmas spirit.
My glamour is that like by June 1st, I feel like I'll be able to take a breath. Maybe. That's my glamour, like looking forward. And my grit is how effing hot I am right now. Like I'm on fire. Are you as hot as I am?
I'm
I feel like I'm
warm,
going through like menopause.
You're drinking a hot coffee and you're yelling and screaming.
Still though, I am like on fire right now. It is like I usually can like handle. I love the heat. I'm usually a freezing baby, but I'm like I'm about to like I'm drenched.
Was it Robert Downey Jr.?
Probably.
You didn't start sweating until I brought his name up.
No, or Luca.
Oh, maybe it was
Luca.
Great.
You know what? Sometimes when I feel like we do the in my mind, like when I do that, I feel like it sounds so good.
She's a beatboxer, folks. She's a beatboxer.
Glamour,
Thanks for
grit,
tuning
glamour.
in. We'll see you on Monday for I think might be an iconic episode with some of my cast members.
Well, now we have to like move it around because now it has to be.
Either way, we'll see you then. It's going to be a great day and have a great weekend.
Goodbye.
Go Mavs, go Stars.
Glamour.
Grit.
Glamour. Grit.